Welcome back, everybody, to the Sammys and Beer Podcast. Live here on this Whiskey Wednesday. It is the 21st of May, 2025. We are live on Twitch as well as YouTube. If you want to chat with me, you can go ahead and stop on to Sammy's and Beer at Twitch, or on YouTube, you can chat with Tomas Rincon. What's up, Thomas?
Nothing much. Actually, just my chat had logged me out for whatever reason, so I just resynced it. That's why I was a little quiet there. But welcome. Let's have us a good day, a good time, a good experience, so to speak. We're gonna do something a little different for my shot today. Nuts. You are. There we go.
You're gonna shoot nuts?
I know
Sounds
how much.
about right for you.
I know how much you'd like me to do that, but nope.
Right.
You, my friend, are gonna pick a number between 1 and 10 for me today.
Between 1 and 10?
Yep.
4.
$99 peaches.
Ooh,
Is it a
that's
bad one?
Bad one.
Shit.
Yeah, that's a real bad one.
Well, it was surrounded by root beer and coffee, so I think this is a win out of the three, personally.
Nope.
Oh, fuck. Okay. I've got 10 of them, so next week it's 1 through 9, and so on and so forth until I get through all 10.
Okay. I actually have a shot that I don't think I've ever done on the podcast before, so...
Oh. Is it a Jaeger bomb? That's gross if it is.
I don't know if I've told you this, but if I drink Jägermeister, I could be sober and take a shot of Jägermeister and I will fucking black out.
Really?
I don't know what it is about Jägermeister. It's blackout medicine for me.
That's so interesting considering it's a digestive, like, it was made as a digestive medicine. Like, it's actually really good to drink Jaeger before, like, if you have an upset stomach, like if you're nervous before a concert, like you're singing, or if, like, you've eaten a lot, drinking a little Jaeger will help settle everything down.
Not good for me.
Well, so I'm interested in what your shot is then. God, I hope it's Rumpelmints or something super disgusting if I'm shooting this super disgusting thing.
So it wasn't chilled, so I did just mix it with some ice and then I just poured it into a glass.
Yeah.
But it is straight vodka.
Oh, I mean, that's
some Grey Goose. Well, I didn't say it was anything like fancy or special. I just have never shot straight vodka on the podcast.
I will say, I think you're kind of dumb for buying Grey Goose. And I just think you just don't know about Grey Goose.
I have plenty of Armenian friends who drink a lot of vodka.
I'm sure you do.
And that's their go-to.
Belvedere tastes the exact same at half the price. Because Grey Goose is fucking expensive.
Yes, but it's not also just about the price. It's also about the hangover that it creates and the drunk that it gives you.
Experience. The Grey Goose experience.
Yeah.
You like my plant?
And I think I poured way too much into my glass, so I'm pretty sure I'm going to make this 2 shots.
You're going to get a little spit. It's fine. You're going to have a good time.
Do you want to go first, or would you like me to?
You can go first.
Okay. Well, mine's going to be a pretty easy one. This is going out to both of my children. Last day of school today for them, so it is officially summer break. I think we talked last week. I think everybody should have summer break, or at least like a month off every year.
Yeah.
But it also, I got to do a shout out to my oldest son because he got a presidential award So he's actually got a certificate with a print of Donald Trump's signature on it, President Trump.
He should save
So
that forever.
I know, right? So cheers to you both. Good luck. Enjoy your summer. I'll be at home fucking working.
Like a working man does.
Just tastes like rubbing alcohol.
I already scratched my new phone a little bit. Nuts. Oh well. God, this smell is permeating the room.
Uh-huh.
It smells like schnapps.
It doesn't burn like it.
Oh, well, all right. Okay. Well, my shot actually goes out to a few of you, including you, but like you, Bubbles, Gabe, Kay. Oh yeah, all the friends that I have that play the stupid games with me. Like today, I told you can download this game. It's free. It's gonna be really dumb, and you're like, yeah, sure, whatever, right? I appreciate that from all of you. We played Schedule One for weeks. We played fucking One Armed Chef and just all of these stupid asinine games, and I love them. And
I have so many hours into Schedule 1.
You do.
So many.
I just appreciate the friendship. So here's to you guys.
Cheers to stupid friends.
That's not terrible.
I told you it was going to be bad.
Not that bad.
Your face says a totally different story.
I think like the coffee is going to be worse, or the bananas or the root.
I didn't mind the coffee. Bananas is real bad.
I don't like coffee. So.
Oh, I like coffee. Well, I don't like coffee, but I do. Like, I like coffee flavored things, but I hate the bitterness of coffee.
That makes sense. That's why you put cream in it, right?
Well, but then you don't taste like fucking coffee anymore. It tastes like fucking milk.
I guess. Sugar then. Sugar and...
Sugar just makes it super sweet. And you're just basically drinking sugar, which I'm good with, but...
I'm fine with that. I don't know. Do you like my plant?
I do. Is that why you were asking me if I had plants in my house?
Yeah, I need help. I have no idea how to take care of this thing.
Put it there. Give it water.
Yeah, it said water once a week.
Yep.
And that's the back end, but she's growing.
Yeah. Did you know you can get enough plants in your house? Not that I think you guys have a ton of issues with it down there in Texas, but when it gets like really dry in the winter, because you're running your furnace and stuff a lot, if you have enough plants in your house, they'll produce enough moisture in the air to keep your house hydrated.
Oh, I didn't know that. That's actually kind of cool. Oh no, I like how I think it looks nice. I look at it and I'm like, that's nice, you know?
Yeah.
I'll keep it going. I'll probably get a couple more. As long as I don't fucking kill this one.
Got my garden planted.
Ooh.
Kind of.
You plant in the summer?
Yeah, we have to around here. You can't, like, the day I planted actually kind of late this year. We usually plant right around Mother's Day. And I planted the weekend after. And luckily, this year, I didn't have good luck with my garden last year. So I went very minimal with it. And I'm actually just putting everything in pots. And I put tarps all over the top to try and kill everything underneath. Because I had a ton of weeds and my plants didn't grow well. And so I'm trying to kill everything underneath, give the soil a year off. So I planted everything in pots. The night we went on last Saturday and bought all of our stuff. I used to start stuff from seeds, but it's such a fucking pain in the ass.
You had to germinate.
So we went and bought it. Yeah, I mean, growing them isn't the issue. You have to get wind on them, and you have to. It's a whole process to get them going. Because otherwise, if you don't put wind on them, then they don't get strong roots, and the plants become weak. And then once you take them outside, they can just get fucking demolished by wind. Because they're weak plants.
Okay, gotcha.
So we just bought them from Lowe's, already started. And the night I put them all in pots, we got a freeze fucking warning. It got down to it had been 90 for like 6 days. And that night it got down to fucking like 36.
Oh shit.
Like, what the fuck? So luckily they were in pots, and I just pulled them all into my garage, so I didn't have to fucking worry about it.
something. So I'm really happy about what I'm about to say. I want to preface that, but I've been working a lot more. I've been working in my unit a lot more, and for several years there, I didn't go out. I didn't spend time with a lot of other people. I was just very homebody, as you know, because I spent most of my free time with you. As I've been working and going out more and spending more time with my coworkers, right? Okay, we'll play volleyball this day. It's at Sidewinders. There's a bar. We'll do this or that, and I'll go for like a couple hours, right? Like I'm not there all night drinking with because they're all like 5, 6 years younger than me, if not younger. So they're young airmen, But I just got an invite right now to another birthday party. I got one last week, and the week before then I had invited to a welcoming part, like welcome home party, and like 2 weeks before that it's like a baby shower and like a bridal shower. Like all this stuff is just happening, and these are people I genuinely enjoy being around. Like they're
I mean,
knuckleheads.
you have friends?
Yeah, but like not like how I've always had friends. I've always had really close friends, people that are like. There's not a single person in the Discord server. No, that's a lie. There are definitely a lot of people in the Discord server now that I can't just call. There's not a single person in the D&D server that I can't just call, and they won't pick up.
There's a couple in there too.
Maybe, but for the most part, especially like the main people we play with, like
there's that one girl from California that came in and played. That was supposed to be like a professional voice actor.
She was not that great, but anyways, for the most part. The main group, like you guys, like people who I toasted to, and I just call, right, and you'll pick up. And you might call me an idiot for doing that, and be like, "Fuck off," but you'll still answer, and that's what I'm used to, not just this gaggle of people that are.
Well, but it's also different having friends like that versus having friends IRL.
Yeah, and it is different now that. There's 24 of them that we have a group chat with.
Holy shit, that's way too many.
It's a lot. No, it's a lot of people. And not everyone always makes every event, right? Like it's not a thing, but most of them do. At least 20, and I'm usually the one that jets out the earliest.
Yeah.
But, some have, and they're all in different phases of life too.
My oldest son brought this up to me, and I wanted to ask you about it, which ties into this perfectly. Do you have like a socialization battery or like a emotional battery?
I used to not. I used to have the opposite, where I needed to be social to feel better. If I'm alone too long, then I would get antsy and start feeling depressed and sad and stuff, right? And now, as I've grown older, it's the opposite. Now I can only be out for so long, and then I need to be by myself.
So you have like an emotional battery.
I definitely have an emotional battery. Once things start getting too intense, after a little while, like I'm done.
And it was kind of weird because my oldest son brought it up. He's like, I just, there's only so much I can take, and then I need to be done. And I'm like, yeah, that's cool. At least you're recognizing that about yourself.
That's healthy.
Like I think I've talked about him and me being a little worried about his friends and stuff like that. And I've really come to realize that he's just very comfortable in his own skin. And granted, I think he needs to accept some of his friendships a little bit more and like accept people for who they are. I think he's a little too judgmental. But it's not that other kids don't want to play with him. It's that he's choosing not to play with other kids.
Yeah.
Which I found quite interesting.
He's not getting bullied. He's not getting left out. He just doesn't want to participate that much.
Yeah.
And that's okay.
No, and I've found that like I'll have an emotional battery, but only in certain situations. Like with certain people, I'm totally fine going, people that I would say you're kindred spirits with, which sounds really, really gay.
That's super gay, but
it's super gay. Like,
can we just say best buddies? Like that's less gay.
No, because it's not that I'm not best buddies with these guys.
Okay.
Like we're friends, and like if I called them and was like, "Hey, I need some help," they would probably come over and help me, no questions asked. Just like vice versa for them. But like they have their own lives. they do their own things. They go hunting, some go to cabins, some have, very involved parents on both sides, but we all just kind of have some stuff in common. And I think a lot of us haven't had those friendship connections of like just genuine connection. Like, not that we have everything in common, not that we see eye to eye on everything, but we see a lot of the same things, and we all have kids. And it's just really, it's a lot of this. We've all just kind of like, we can go hang out with each other. Like, I went over last Thursday to one of the guys' houses, and we just sat in the garage and drank beer. I haven't gone to somebody's garage and just sat and drank beer in a long time. We sat there till about 9:30, and I jumped on my fucking electric bike and cruised home. Because the guy lives fucking. But it was like not a time where I was like, all right, I'm ready to get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Because there's some events that you go to, and I'm like, all right, we've been here like 20 minutes. I'm fucking ready to go.
Just edging the door.
And it's nice to find, like, with you and go into some of that stuff. And, sometimes you're going to go to places, you're going to go to a baby shower and you'll be like, I fucking couldn't care any less about this. Like, I'll show up, I'm going to be kind, and I'm going to fucking bounce. And then the next time you're going to go and it's going to be just somebody fucking grilling, and you're going to sit there for fucking 8 hours and get fucking blacked out drunk.
Yep.
And,
I think it's the low maintenance of those kind of friendships.
Yes.
Like, they're not going to ask me to help them move.
No.
We're not that cool, but we're cool enough to drink beers and talk about our favorite celebrity crushes when we were 10,
Who was your favorite celebrity crush when you were 10?
Mila Kunis.
A porn star?
No, the chick from that 70s show.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I was thinking Mia Khalifa. I think that's her name.
Mia Khalifa.
Sure.
She's an influencer now, Matt. She's no longer a porn star, okay? She's just taking it up the ass on camera. Wearing a hijab. Like, oh, it's a whole thing. No, I love the low effort friendships.
But it's nice to have people like that.
It is, which really nice because they're my coworkers. We go on these trips, these training trips and stuff, or these missions, and those are the people I'm going on the trips with. So, like, we'll work our asses off, then we'll land, and we'll go, like, all right, we're checking into our hotel, we'll meet in the lobby in an hour, we'll go get some food, get some drinks, be in bed by 10:30 because we got a mission in the morning. And it's just, and everyone is on the same page.
Yeah, I think that's the nicest thing, is having people that are, like, because you'll catch that one person that wants to fucking take shots and, party and, and you slowly have to weed those people out. Because there's a couple that I hang out with that drink beer at an ungodly fast speed. There's one guy that I hang out with. He is probably half of my weight.
Mm-hmm.
140, 150 pounds, maybe not half, but that motherfucker can drink beer. He will drink 2 to 1 a beer. And I walk away, like, I met him one night, he just texted our group chat and was like, hey, getting off work early on Friday, anybody want to go have a beer? So I met him at the bar. We're going to be there till like 6, catch some happy hour, and this bar has 32-ounce mugs that they sell.
Okay, yeah.
That's a big fucking beer.
That's a nice beer. It's a beer you can last you a little bit.
I had 2, and I was a little nervous if I should be driving home.
Okay, big beers. Yeah, you had 64 ounces of beer.
Big beers. Yes. He had 4. Granted, he didn't finish quite the last one. And I'm like, where in the fuck are you putting all this? How are you fucking tolerating
Clearly
it?
In his giant nuts that he has.
Fuck. And that's something he would say, too. I think the thing that I love the most is that they're not politically correct. Like,
that is.
If something's... It's like, they'll be like, what are you, fucking gay? And
that's what I like.
I fucking... like, when you're around people that aren't afraid to just be themselves. And I think we all kind of realize, like... And we all come from very different backgrounds, very different ages. But It's funny.
You drank a liter of beer. He drank almost 2.
Yeah,
That's a lot. That's a lot of
that's a
liquid.
lot of beer. Yeah,
in general. Not even just beer. That's a lot of fluid.
yeah. His kidneys were fucking working.
And his liver. Beer's not that much alcohol, but I mean, yeah, I've been really enjoying having. It sounds so stupid, but real life friends.
Mhm.
You know, like I'll get a text because there's a girls chat, there's a boys chat, and then there's a combined chat, and it's like
Mhm.
14, 11, whatever, and then 24, whatever the 14, 10, and 24. And I'll get in the boys chat to be like, hey, fight's on tonight. Who's going to B-dubs with me? You know, a couple people respond. And then
Yeah.
it's like, oh, hey, I got tickets to the game. Like whether it's the missions game because it's free, or it's baseball, or any sport that's going on. Like, hey, I got 4 tickets, first come first serve. Who wants to go? Just stuff like that, men stuff.
Yeah.
I had a buddy the other day. He was like, hey, I'm going to the lake with the lady. We're gonna set up a tent. We're gonna have plenty of burgers and dogs. If anyone wants to come, just pop by, bring a chair, and bring beer.
Mhm.
I've never had that before. It's and the thing that really sets it apart for me is they're all professionals, right? It's like these are nurses, paramedics, business owners. Like they're not just in the Air Force, and so they have money and they have goals and aspirations, and they're educated, and it's nice. It's
Yeah.
wild.
Weird meeting that kind of people, isn't it?
It is. Yeah, it is. And then like for a lot of them, I'm older, so I'm a higher rank, right? And I'm in charge of a lot of stuff that like affects their lives. And they'll call me asking for advice. I'm like, I don't know if I should be the one giving you advice, man, but
Do you know that I still live at home with my parents?
I know, right? They all know.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. All right. All right. All right.
I know. It's mostly about Air Force stuff, which is fair. It's the only thing I'm good at right now. But yeah,
Well,
I've been
come
really.
on. You're good at being a dungeon master.
No, I'm not the best one we've got.
You're the best one we have.
I think Gabe's pretty good.
Excuse me.
So is Daniel, but I don't think you've been in a Daniel campaign yet.
I have not.
He's a mixture between me and Egg. He's much more thorough, but he's still very loosey goosey with the rules. I think Daniel's probably the best.
You know what I've thought about doing is using Chat GPT to help me set up a campaign.
There's a Chat GPT bot to like play D&D with right now.
Oh, I believe it.
Like, and apparently, according to Gabe, it's really good.
Well, yeah, because I mean, just remembering like all the small little nuances, like that's what I'm not good at.
You
Is
don't
remembering all like.
You don't fucking have to, dude. That's the thing.
Well, yeah, but everybody else fucking. There's people that fucking. There's Daniel takes notes when we play D&D.
I know. You just
I
have
don't
to
take notes.
You just have to know what you have to know what you want. You got to know the end of the story before you start it. Right? You get your 3 encounters, whether it's like a locked door, a monster, or like a personal encounter. Get your 3 encounters in there from start to end. Let them shop, and let everyone do one badass thing, and they're gonna have a good time, no matter what. You don't have to have this expansive lore. Some people like that, right? Some people love all the lore. We don't. That's not our thing. Our players like the mystery, the figuring it out, the asking questions, and that's what makes sense.
I don't know. Sometimes our players fucking drive me crazy because we spend 45 minutes on one fucking thing trying to figure it out, asking the same question 20 times, and I'm like, dude, just fucking make a decision.
But it's real life. That's how we would be in real life. That's the whole point. The human nature. So I know
that's not how I am in real life.
That's how a lot of people are in real life. And I know
fucking
you want to. I know you want to do a campaign for your son, and I'll help you write one. But it's an outline, right? And you let the players fill the gaps.
Yeah, no, I get it. I'm nervous to do it, and I don't want to fuck it up.
You won't fuck it up.
I'll fuck it up. I'm pretty good at that.
Look at the one I did for the campaign I did for your son on the camping trip.
Mm-hmm.
There was no big story. We didn't do anything crazy.
Yeah. But if these guys want to keep going and like create a story out of it,
Let them. All you have to do is make the bad guy, put a couple twists in there, right? And let it rock. Take from like popular media that you've read before or that you've watched. A lot of my stuff comes from stuff I've read and watched. You can use Red Rising as a perfect example. You could put them in the Institute. You could just make the Institute fantasy.
Yeah.
That's a very real thing that you can do for them, and you know where you want it to go. You'll have your big bad guy be the Jackal. You can even use the same name. Who cares? It helps you keep things, collected.
Yeah.
You can have the NPCs be Cassius and Rogue, and you know what I mean.
Yeah.
And they've got a.
Speaking of which, I don't know if you saw my text because you didn't fucking respond to it, but I've seen confirmed that he's, as long as everything's going good, Red God should be out next year. He's thinking late summer, early fall.
It's going to be spring then.
He just said because right now he likes the way it's going, but he goes, it's the final one. He goes, so I want it to be perfect.
Oh yeah, I mean, so the writing process, you write 400 pages, and you have to get rid of a third of it. Absolutely every author, you can ask them, like that's just the writing process and edits and stuff. So I'm sure he's writing something amazing.
I would disagree. Did you read fucking Dark Age?
That was a big book. I did not read Dark Age though.
You haven't listened to Dark Age at all?
I can't get past. What's the fourth one? Iron Gold.
Iron Gold.
Can't get past it.
Oh,
I keep hitting stop.
I didn't realize you hadn't read Dark Age.
Yeah, no, I'm stuck. I just gotta barrel through Iron Gold is what I've heard, and then the rest of them come really easy.
Yeah, Dark Age and Lightbringer are fucking.
All right. Okay, I'll put a stop on my. Well, yeah, I'll put a stop on my books, and I'll just fucking barrel through it. I own it now. I read it when I can.
But yeah, no, friends are very important.
Friends are important. Speaking of Red Rising,
I tell you what's weird. What's weird for me is I'm not used to people helping me or like doing stuff for me. And like, so we had some construction in front of my house. One of the guys, our kids are about the same age. They wrestle together. That's how I've gotten to know him. He works for the city, and they dug up the front of my house, some of my yard, because they were doing some street work and tore up. They came in, tried to plant some grass. They fucking did a shit job of it. So I went through and planted all my own grass and was trying to get it to fucking grow. Watering it fucking twice a day, fucking doing everything I'm supposed to do. And I could not get this fucking shit to grow. And I don't know why. And he had grown some grass, and I was like, oh, that looks fucking really good. What'd you do? What'd you do different? And, we kind of talked about it. Yesterday, he texted me, and he's like, hey, I'm over in the neighborhood. I got some fucking good grass from the city, some really good grass seed. I'm going to come by and fucking throw it down. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
And he just, all of a sudden I was working from home. All of a sudden I looked out the window, which I was busy as fuck. And I looked out the window, and he's there, so I went to go grab my jacket to go say what's up. By the time I got out there, he was fucking gone. And then today, he's like, one of the kids, his friend, was over at his house. They had to go do something. He came over to our house, and he's like, hey, he calls me Coach Matt, because I was his coach. He said, Coach Matt, I got something for you. And I'm like, you do? And he pulls out a bag of fertilizer, and he goes, Coach Dylan told me to give you this. And he's like, yeah, I used it. He goes, I don't need it anymore. My grass is growing. He goes, I thought it'd help that grass seed that I put down for you.
You might be his best friend.
That's a weird concept for me to realize.
You know what that's called?
Friendship?
Southern hospitality, actually.
Okay.
That's definitely how people are down there.
Because then I was like, the boys wanted ribs for their last day of school, which, fuck, I have to prep those tonight still.
Oh, shit. They went the games.
Oh, that doesn't take me that long to prep ribs.
Oh, okay. Dry rub?
But, huh?
Dry rub? Just
Yeah, I mean, I gotta
Take off the silver
trim
skin.
them. No, I don't take it off.
Hmm.
I score it on the
Mm.
back in a square pattern because I like a little bit of chewy. I don't like fall off the bone ribs, but I'll score it on the back, trim off. The best piece of advice that I got, I think, for cooking or like smoking meat is if something doesn't look good to you when it's raw and uncooked, it's not going to be good to eat. So fucking cut it off. Cut off more meat. And that's been some of the best advice because there's like, I'm pretty fucking stingy.
Mm-hmm.
And so, like, I'll see something, I'll be like, well, I could cut off this quarter inch of fat, but I'm going to lose a quarter inch of meat if I do it. And so I wouldn't fucking cut it off. Now I fucking cut it. Like, I made, I took a sirloin roast and I cut it up tonight and made chicken queso burritos or steak queso burritos, excuse me.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And there was a whole end that had just a bunch of fat and like silver skin on it. And I'm like, how the fuck am I going to cut this off? Like, I want to fucking trim it up. And I kind of started trying to cut it off, and I couldn't fucking get it. Threw the whole fucking thing away.
Fuck it.
I was like, and you know what? The meat fucking turned out fantastic.
I bet. That's dope.
So,
speaking of smoked meats,
Mhm.
when would you say you became a good cook? Not barbecue, just like in the kitchen, a good cook.
I wouldn't say I'm a good cook.
I've had your smash burgers, but like still, I think you've got the concepts down, right? Like you know how to cook.
Some things, I would say I am subpar at best.
So you might not help me in this analogy or this situation. My brother-in-law, God bless his soul, loves to cook. I love to cook, right? As you know, I love cooking. He is probably one of the best people I've ever tasted on the grill. He makes pork
Okay.
loins, ribs, brisket. Like he made brisket for the first time, and it's better than any brisket I've ever made. And I know how to make a brisket. He's very talented on the grill and with the smoker. He's got all the gadgets. He's got a pit boss. Like he's really good. In the kitchen, however, he made spaghetti for us one night. It wasn't great. You know, I'll eat it, of course, but
Well, but we all have good meals and bad meals, and sometimes sometimes one little thing can fucking ruin something.
it's been a pretty consistent thing that whenever he cooks in the kitchen, it's not very good. And my taste buds, like I'll eat just about anything.
I will say, I feel like the first couple of times that I smoked things, I got fucking lucky.
It's possible.
Like the first brisket I ever made, we had friends over, and my wife's friend's husband, he's a nice guy. We never became that close. But he was fucking just raving about the brisket that I made. And that was probably the best brisket I've ever fucking made. He's like, oh, this is better than fucking Famous Dave's. Like, you should fucking
Famous
start
Dave.
selling this. This is so fucking good. And that was the best brisket I've ever made. Ever since then, I have not made a brisket that fucking good again.
You've been chasing
Everyone
that
has
brisket.
been fucking dry. It's been fucking too peppery. Like, I can't fucking get back there. And so, I would say if I can make one thing, I can make fucking ribs really fucking good.
Which I didn't know I liked ribs until I had good ribs.
Yeah.
My father,
Which
God bless him,
having good ribs can actually fucking ruin you.
Yeah, no.
Because once you have good ribs somewhere, like you go to a place like Famous Dave's or places that sell ribs that you're normally like, oh, these are so good. And then you're like, these are fucking mid at best.
These aren't great. No. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I pride myself in being good in the kitchen and being able to cook with like minimal ingredients, just figure it out.
You're gonna make some man a happy fucking wife someday.
You know what I am. Totally. But I don't know. Like, I feel like I don't know a lot of. I'm starting to see more of my peers that are men that are better in the kitchen than women. It's like shifting.
Well, I'm way better in the kitchen than my wife.
Just say that out loud.
Way better. She can't hear me, and we don't record it anymore, so she doesn't listen after the fact. So
We do record. Well, we stream it. She can go listen to it.
yeah, she doesn't.
Oh, okay.
Ever since Apple Podcasts made their stupid rule about us having to be a fucking business.
Well, I don't know. I pride myself. So I talk to Daniel a lot. I've watched a lot of videos, right? Like the basics of like what's cooking, what's a mirepoix, what's a bechamel, an espagnole, like all the different sauces, and learning all that stuff. I made a chicken fricassee the other day. Super yummy.
I don't even know what the fuck you're saying right now. Like I feel like you're making words up.
No, they're all mostly French words, right? Because French are like the pinnacle of cuisine, and it trickles down.
Fuck the French.
I hate the French, but they know how to make a good fucking sauce. I'll tell you what. So, like, for my dad, I did a chicken stock production, and he died.
Quit. You know who makes a good fucking sauce? Mexicans. You know why? Because they take cheap ass fucking meat. They take fucking flank steak that nobody fucking wanted, and they turn it into God's send fucking fajitas.
Was it flank steak?
Most people, that's what they use.
That's what they use. It's not what the original cut of meat was.
Well, whatever it was.
Skirt,
excuse me.
Skirt steak. And have you ever seen an untrimmed skirt steak?
No.
It looks like the meat that you would fucking throw, like that you were talking about throwing it away because it's just covered in fat and gristle and everything. It looks like that.
Exactly.
It takes a half hour to clean it all up. Meticulous work.
Yeah. And they fucking turned it into a glorious piece of meat.
Hell yeah.
That's who can fucking cook. What do you call a white guy that just really enjoys cooking Mexican food?
A Texan.
Okay. I just didn't know what I should call myself.
A Texan.
Because I just really like fucking mixing Mexican food.
Dude, Mexican food's the easiest. It's poor people make with poor ingredients, right? Like that's the base of it.
Well, but like tonight I have, we bought a half a cow, and so I've got some shit left. I mean, we're getting pretty down there. We're out of steaks. So I just went down last night and I thawed a sirloin roast.
Mm-hmm.
Let it thaw overnight. About noon today, I fucking chopped it up, cut it, which I learned. I made just long, thin pieces because I thought, oh yeah, that'll be easy to grill. You gotta cube them because it's easier to bite into.
Yep.
And then I just threw a marinade with it, and it was fucking so good.
Yeah, it is. And your marinade can be super simple.
I bought a store one, but
boo, boo in the chat, boo.
I just was being lazy. I didn't have a ton of time.
You could have texted me.
I just didn't. It wasn't about finding a recipe. It was just being fucking lazy, and I didn't have a ton of time.
Lime juice, oil, Worcestershire, and that fajita seasoning I bought you before. Throw that on literally any piece of meat with that combination.
That fajita seasoning is gone.
Oh, I'll get you some more.
You told me the last time that you couldn't get it anymore.
I got you. Was it the white cap one?
Yeah.
I can get more.
And the steak seasoning, because that fucking steak seasoning was fucking bomb with them too.
I can get it from Carlos. That steak seasoning I can't get any more of. That's gone. But the fajita seasoning I can. That steak seasoning I wish was still around. The guy who did it died, and his son didn't pick up the mantle. He like literally had an operation where he hand did a bunch of bottles, sold it, got a manufacturer, then they were going, and then he died, and it all fell off.
Do you ever find, like, do you have like super simple things that you do that like chill your brain out and like are almost like meditation for you?
Yes, I have a whole conversation about that for you though. But
what do you do?
Video games help.
Okay.
Reading, which includes audiobooks.
Okay.
And Cooking. For me, cooking turns my brain off.
Okay. See, cooking's not fast paced. Cooking's too stressful for me. Maybe it's because I have to like I rush through things and like tonight when I was making supper, I had to get rice going, I had to get the steak going, I had to get black beans going. We were making, steak queso burritos, so there was a lot going on at once, and that is like stressful for
me. Put it all on low.
Like,
put it all on low.
No, you can't put fucking rice on low.
Well, you put rice in a rice cooker, okay? Like, come on.
I don't have a fucking rice cooker.
Why don't you have a rice cooker?
Because I put it in a fucking pot like a normal fucking American.
You need to have a rice cooker. Even the Asians say you need to have a rice. Go get a fucking rice cooker.
I don't have enough room in my kitchen for more shit.
You'll make room for a rice cooker.
I'm trying to get rid of shit.
They're this big.
No.
You'll be fine. Like, go get a rice cooker. It'll take away a lot of stress.
The reason I brought this up is because I started organizing my Pokemon cards.
Yeah, that'll do it. Yeah.
And like normally I'm very like ADD with things. Like I'll be watching TV and I have to be on my phone because I get bored watching TV. Or like I'll be scrolling TikTok and I have to be watching TV because I get bored fucking scrolling TikTok or Instagram or whatever it is. And I tell you what, I can just sit and I have my TCG player, which has like my prices on stuff, and I will just fucking organize and fucking I've got like a pattern that I want to do. And I think that was like the thing I liked most about Schedule 1.
I was about to say
is I just had like a scheduled routine of things that I had to get done. I didn't have to do a ton of thinking. I just had to do it. Like, and I found myself like today, a couple weekends ago, we had to go help my wife's grandpa cut some branches down. And he's like, hey, do you want these bricks? Because they apparently where they live used to be just kind of a dump site for people. And somebody left like a fucking pile of old bricks. And I'm like, sure, I got a couple ideas of things I can use bricks for. So we took them and they've been sitting in the back of my truck for 2 weeks because I didn't know where the fucking put them.
Mm-hmm.
And I just sat today and unloaded bricks 2 by 2 by myself out in the yard.
Felt good, didn't it?
It really fucking did.
Throw an audiobook on your headphones when you do that?
I was talking to my brother on the phone at the time.
That's even better. So there's a concept that coincides with exactly what you're describing right now, and it's actually it's published in several medical journals, several scientific journals. Oxford University started it a long time ago. Throughout history, men needed to recharge their brain, right, by turning it off. Okay. And back in ancient history, there were things that they did to do those things, menial tasks, right? It goes all the way back to Neolithic, where they would stare at fire. And I don't know if you've ever like had nothing to do, like no phone, no nothing. All you had was like a campground and fire, right? Fire is the most fucking entertaining thing in the world at that point. And you'll turn your brain off and you'll add sticks and you'll play with it a little bit. And it's just, right?
See, I haven't gotten to that level of calm yet. Like my brain works too much. Like
exactly. So the reason you do that is to actually rebuild testosterone. It's a whole thing. And so that moved to different things throughout different generations, different eras. Like in the Greek times, it was like fishing or sailing and all these things. In like back in our great grandfather's days, it was sitting on a porch with a glass of whiskey and staring at the sunset, right? Stargazing was definitely a thing. Totally different from what it is now, right? You could actually see the universe back in the day. Now you can't really see shit. And then after that, in the 80s, with the invention of TV, it became watching TV. It was so prevalent that it's in like popular media. That like dads would come home, take off their shirts, take off their pants, and watch TV for like 3 hours. But they weren't watching TV. Like, you know what I mean? They were just staring, and they were rebuilding their testosterone. They were revitalizing themselves, refocusing. Now it is actually switched. The most recent switch is video games.
I can believe that.
So it's going through, and there's so many other ones that I don't remember on the in between, right? That is just constantly moving. So right now it's actually sitting at video games, and it helps to turn your brain down, like not off, but down, and just focus on a menial task and do whatever. It's why World of Warcraft was so successful. It's why like all of these things were working for us because we need that. Our brains need it.
Yeah.
It's really interesting
Yeah.
when you like get into the brass tacks of it.
Yeah, I guess I didn't realize how much I needed something like that because I got done and I was just like, and I sat on the fucking floor, fucking crisscross applesauce, fucking sorting Pokemon cards like a little fucking kid.
And it felt good, didn't it?
Oh, it felt fucking great. I got done and I've got them like sorted into like types, and now I'm like, oh well, I sorted them all into types. And then I'm like, cool. Now I need to sort them into shiny, hollow, like,
Mm-hmm.
and then I'm going to take out all my more valuable ones and I'm going to put them into cases and, like, yeah.
Feels good though, don't it?
And it's super uncomfortable sitting on the floor. I don't know how little kids fucking do that shit all the time.
I'm not that old yet. I can still sit on the floor for a while.
I got done and I was like, my knees are fucking hurting.
No, I'm still good on that end. But I'm a shape. It's not in shape, but it's good enough to pass a PT test.
My shape is round.
Not yet. I was round there for a while. We brought it down, and I'm keeping it down. But yeah, Bubbles is actually going to jump on with us at 10 o'clock to be
nice.
fireman, by the way.
Okay.
Just so you're aware. No, it's a whole thing, and it's very interesting to read about because as a man, like you can get it, like what I'm talking about, because you've done that. I'm sure.
Oh yeah.
One big thing is it also helps you.
I bet yard work was one of them.
Yes, it is. Yes. That's why like men with the yard is so, and fixing cars was a big one too. Like
I could see that.
Just several.
My grandpa was
things.
very big into like his yard was
immaculate.
Oh yeah, I mean, all the time. And I've actually found myself lately like that's why I've been working on planting grass. I fucking sprayed the shit out of the weeds this year. Like I'm gonna get my fucking yard up. And I couldn't kind of figure out why I decided now that I needed this or wanted to do it.
It helps. It helps break down the monotony of your everyday, reduce the stress from your workplace, like so many things.
When it's something to do that gives you, you're out, you're not just fucking sitting, like watching TV, I just feel lazy.
Yes.
And like I'm not getting anything done.
I agree.
Versus getting up and going and just doing little things. Just having, and then then you get done and you've got like a finished process, so you get that fucking shot of dopamine too of like, hey, I made this fucking look good.
Mm-hmm. You know what the problem with people with ADHD is?
What?
They actually don't get a dopamine response from completing necessary tasks.
Oh.
They only get the response from completing tasks that they deem is like interesting or worth it. So that's why you have these guys that like won't do it because there's no reward in their brain for it, right? They just did it, and then it's just like, okay. A lot of people will like clean the whole house and it'll smell clean and be clean, and they'll be like really proud and the dopamine and all that. People with ADHD typically don't experience that. They'll just be like, okay. The brain's super weird.
It is.
But it is what it is, You gotta both in society.
That's the worst thing is it is what it is. Like you can't change it.
Nope. I get no dopamine response from cleaning anything ever.
You clean all the fucking time.
Yep. I make myself clean because I know that things need to be
clean. I don't get a dopamine response from it, but I do. I like being able to go in, like especially when I'm cooking, things like that, and like I like having a clean area to do all my stuff in.
Yeah, of course.
We're on a limited space area, and so.
How many times do you mop the house?
Never.
I mop once a week.
Oh, well, I vacuum, but we've got a lot of carpet too.
Oh, we have a lot of floor. I mop once a week.
Yeah. We have the kitchen and the dining room, which are technically like, it's one room. And that's the only area that we have that's hardwood other than the bathroom.
Oh, yeah. I wouldn't mop a lot either at that point. We had tile. I'm
So
up
we sweep
once a
we
week.
sweep a lot in there. I've thought about getting rid of it all,
Making a carpet or making
to
the
go with
carpet hardwood.
making the carpet hardwood.
I like having hardwood.
I think I would too.
The boys are old enough to where they're not going to hurt themselves casually, so you don't need carpet really anymore.
I've got a lot of things. I think I'm almost at like ADHD, like, or not ADHD. I'm at like, I'm stuck with what. There's so much stuff that needs to be done around my house that I want to do, like improvements and shit like that. That I'm like, oh, I should do this, and I'm like, well, in order to do this, I need to do this, and before I can do that, I need to do this, and before I can do that, I need to do this. Well, do I want to do this project or do I want to do this project? And then fucking I do half of one.
Then you're overwhelmed and then nothing gets done.
Exactly.
Been there. My big thing, I think that changed a lot of things for me in my brain was getting rid of TikTok and Instagram and Facebook.
I've actually been spending a lot less time on them unless it's during work, which I think then it's appropriate.
I guess so. I used to have I think 8 or 9 hours a day on my phone, right, with the screen time.
Oof.
I'm
Yeah.
down to 3.
I think last week I had like 4.
That's a good that's a decent number, you know what I mean? That's
And like I said, I try to do a lot of that during work.
Yeah, of course. I'll have my
Yeah.
YouTube running during work, so I get it.
I think this is podcast worthy. So I'm at a dilemma in my career.
Yes.
What do you mean, yes?
You are. Go on. Go on.
So I applied. I'm in a coverage position right now. And I think it was about a year ago, I applied for an account manager on the schools team, and I didn't get it. Totally fine. I disagree. I think I would have been the best option for it, but and now there's another position that's been opened on the direct team.